come to Jakarta.
So this is gonna be a very humble talks between Indonesia and Thailand. So yeah, maybe I would like to ask some questions, or maybe the audience also will have some curious thing. What's happening between Indonesia and Thailand lately? So I have prepared some questions for Miss Ida first, and perhaps we can ask a little bit about Prakpansan Publishing as well, around the collaboration between MCL and Prakpansan. So Miss Ida, the first question would be, what is in your mind when you are approached by us, the email? No, thank you. But I'm curious. At that time when I first offer you to buy the rights of Once Upon a Dream, which is a book that is not likely like a, you would say pop. It's not pop, but it's also not a light novel, as well as not as a very hard book as well to understand. Right? And what surprised me that Miss Ida at that time was having a huge interest on this Thai content. Would you please explain a little bit what you feel at that time when you read the manuscript and so on and so forth, Miss Ida?
Okay, thank you, Santika Dian. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming to this panel. Okay, my first encounters with Ancale or Ancale? Ancale Viva's book, was at this book fair, last year. Yeah, at that time you invited me to come to your table, and then you showed me the book of Ancale Vivas, and then what makes me interested in the book is because you told me, you explained to me the content of the book. It was very interesting way. So because you said at the time that this book is about a son, a child with mental illness. And I remember at the time I have a neighbor that has a son that also had a mental illness, and until his suicide. Suicide or homicide? Sorry, sometimes I can't remember. Okay, and then at the time, then I think it's important for parents, for mothers, to know that if her son, at least we can go to the psychiatrist. Okay, and then before anything fatal happens. So that's why. So but the book is fiction, right? The fiction, and then Ancale Vivas, it's a good storyteller. So when we read the manuscript, it's like me and my team are also interested in the way she tell the story. So I think if you ask me again, then it's because you tell us in interesting way, and at that time is the condition is very fit, was very fit, with the condition, at least in my circumstances. And then the other one is because she writes very Ankale Diva told the story. It's very interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot to actually call up one more name. It's Miss Donna. Please come on stage because she is the one who edited and translated the book. Very interesting. I was like, when I read the manuscript in Bahasa Indonesia, I was like, wow, this book has become something else in another language. So, yeah. Halo Mbak Donna, apa kabar? Mbak atau Ibu? Oke, saya sedikit curious Mbak untuk proses menerjemahkan ini dengan cepat maupun tepat kan? Ada berapa bulan pengerjaannya, timelinenya seperti apa? Apakah dikejar-kejar Mbak Bunga? Mbak Bunga mana? The manuscript, and how do you think that this is a very interesting book to be translated to bahasa?
Halo, selamat sore. Saya menjawab dengan bahasa Indonesia saja ya. Jadi memang saya dikejar-kejar sama Mbak Bunga karena saya menerjemahkan ini berdua sama Pak Anwar. Pak Anwar menerjemahkan bagian depannya, saya ke bagian di belakang. Jadi memang ada time pressure untuk menerjemahkan. Tapi saya merasa buku ini mempunyai pesan yang sangat kuat, yaitu bagaimana orang tua itu bisa mempengaruhi anak. Bagaimana kekerasan yang dilakukan oleh orang tua itu kemudian membuat anaknya itu bisa punya sakit jiwa, ya, mental illness seperti yang dia bilang tadi. Jadi ini buku yang cukup penting sih untuk bisa diterjemahkan dan dibaca oleh orang Indonesia.
Okay, so a little bit recap from Mbak Donna. So Miss Donna said that when she first encountered with the manuscript and read it really carefully, she thinks that this book is not only interesting but also important for parents to actually understand that whatever she or he does at the family impacts the child's psychological and behavioral. So she is at that time when she received the manuscript, she tries to understand. Yes, she tries to understand the way that the author is telling the story and how the plot is systematically and well written format, and then she manages to translate it with her co-translator, Mr. Anwar, and he is here. Oh yeah, Mr. Anwar. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. So, how long did you translate this novel?
About a month.
Ooh, so fast. Give a warm applause.
Only half of the book.
Yeah. At first, when you because Rain Panarai is the kid inside the story, the world inside the story is revolves around the kid, right? Are there any difficulties in terms of psychological terminology? And I heard that there are a lot of debates on like judging whether this is a schizophrenia or this is another kind of thing. Can you tell a little bit story about that?
Whether it's schizophrenia or not, I think it depends on the Anchali, the writer. She didn't mention it exactly that it's a schizophrenia or not. But I think when a child receives many abuse from his parents, it's a common thing to have some mental issues. In this story, the child Rain Panarai, he he respects with actually strychnine. I have some difficulties about this poison, so I took some time to Google what is the poison, what is the Indonesian version, Indonesian words for the poison, and actually my Google give me some reprimands. Do you want to kill yourself? Because I Googled the poison.
Very funny, yet a very interesting story from the translator. Okay, now I go to maybe Mr. Ad about Siri for the first time, and at that time, what happened and what exactly does in his marketing perspective, will this story of Siri will be able to strive in Thai market? Please, Kun Machan.
Creative case say the role to Madame Ida, the owner of LC Publishing, and say the role to Madame Donna. I will speak on the perspective, not of the editor or translator, because like maybe Madame Ida that I'm the CEO of the company. I don't have enough time to read all the manuscript or all the even the good book. So, but my policy to translate Sri or even Cigarette Girl from Indonesian from to Thai market because when I was young, around the age of 25 years old, I was appointed to be an editor of a project that supported by Toyota Foundation that translate books in the other language to Thai. But most of the books that they were translated is from the Western. So at that time, I'm interested in the cultural exchange in ASEAN at that time. I said, why don't have a project that translate the book from our neighboring countries? Now when I'm getting old now and can set my own policy, that is we rush wrong. That project that I was an editor is rush wrong only 2 years. But now I said to my executive editor, you have to find the quality books from our ASEAN country. And she asked me how to find a good one. I said, why not? You have Sapika. Sapika is our foreign life affair. And she is from Indonesia. At least you begin with Indonesian literature. And Pat Mundo and I work with Indonesian publisher more than maybe one decade, more than 15 years, I think. We work closely together. Even the platform VIRF, we join hands and collaborate with the EKP at the time of COVID to how to survive in the time of each country is was coast, and I have the country with fans, especially our neighboring country, and then everyone talk about one answer. One answer. I said that it's a good idea, one answer, but it shouldn't be on the panel. It should make it or implement or make it become true. So we have to invest more on the literature, not only on the organizer. Organize the fair, we invest a lot of money. We invest a lot of exhibition. But about the soft power, literature, you see, why you don't put money more to buy this another more? So this is a real collaboration. So that's why we publish okay, first cigarette from Can Media, and the second one series from MCL. And you know that I'm not only the policy maker, but after my editor talk with them, Coach Lee, she briefed me the story. This one is maybe easy to market in Thailand because it's what made it to film. That's it. And the story is about how to make a good cigarette for everyone. But this one is much more difficult because it is concern about the religious belief that in Thai we are, I confess that we are the even we are the Buddhist country, but we should know the other religion, especially the Islamic country. The people from the Islamic country, and finally you asked me about market, how to market. It is a well-edited book, well-translated book. Everyone from our publishing house, Canberra, will be we will find a very qualified translator, and even the East title editor. And finally, I met with Mr. Mukim, Dr. Mukim. He is a Thai Islam, and he graduated as a philosophy of bachelor degree, master degree, especially for master degree and PhD, she graduated from India. And she was an activist like me when I was young, and she organized, for province of Thailand that are most 90% Muslim. And they are the strong leader, and they are not extremist Islam. They can talk Thai Buddhists, they have a seminar consensus. So we bring the literary this book to be right and accessible. To have a book talk in many part of. We plan to make a tour to Southern Province first, and then to Bangkok, because the first inspiration should come from the south, because that we have the leader of the publisher of Thai, and then she accept my invitation and accept to be my influencer to tour around my country, to Bangkok, to Isan, or what we call South East, and Chiang Mai, or in every province in Thailand, you have to find the influencer first to market that learn the book, and he is the editor of this book, Mr. Book Ken.
Answer. Maybe I would like to also emphasize on the word how do we get to know each other when we never translate each other, right? So when I first interviewed one of the notable author from Indonesia, his name is Eka Kurniawan, which is the husband of Rati Kumala. At the time he said his book was nominated as a Booker Prize of 2018 or 19. Is that correct? Yeah. So he was like, when I interviewed him for our magazine in Thailand, Elite Plus magazine, he said that, yeah, we are under threat of being blind for each other nearby region. We never translate books from Thailand. We never translate books from Philippines. Only a small couple, titles, and it's not a big deal sometimes. So our effort is to how that this barrier can be opened, and somewhat more people are going to read more stories from each other's neighbor. So, like this bilateral exchange book or swap titles can actually be adopted by many publishers to actually support each other in a friendship way, and also in a very interesting way as well, because collaboration in regards to anything will demand a negotiation, and also some more when every negotiations and deals are made, then we get to know each other well, right? So I hope that this kind of initiative can be multiplied in the future for each other's countries' professionals. Okay, next I will ask another question. Maybe I will ask Miss Ida how to maybe see Once Upon a Dream fitting into the current trends of the Indonesian book market, especially when compared to local works.
Okay, it's tough. Indonesian book market, in my opinion, now it's not only like we used to have some years ago. It's like traditional books, but nowadays people like to read something new, something unconventional, something how do you call it? Yeah. But besides besides the desire to read something new, but there's always universal emotion. Yeah? So when I read Anshari Vipa's book, then we we can feel like, oh, okay, we as mother, something like that, and what our feeling, what our emotion, it's universal. So for me, her book is something that contemporary and then something new because it tells about a dream, yeah, the depth of a dream, and also the personal, not only for the kid but also for the mother and psychiatrist. So I think it's it's interesting. If in local markets, in books from our writers, I think more are telling about like a social thing or what issues, but not like this. So that's why I think it's something new. The theme, and also about the dream, about the kid that has a mental illness, and the effort to have some solution. Yeah. So the solution also is very, I think, inspiring. Especially for, I think, for parents that have the same problems, similar problems. And so that's why, in short, I think this book is different because it gives something new while maintaining the universal emotion that people can feel. So I remember Cigarette Girl, yeah, because I heard that Rati Kumala. I listened to Rati Kumala when she was presenting her book in National Library. She said that the message from the Netflix is you have to make something local, but with global. So it's love story, not the competition, but it's a love story. So I think this book is also the same. We as parents can feel that emotion. So it's the similar thing that we can feel, the universal emotion, but we can have something new. I hope that any other writers, maybe not from Indonesia but from Asian countries, other Asian countries, can make something new like this. Okay.
Thank you so much, Rita.